Coyote Canyon area still off limits to Kirtland Air Force Base personnel in Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is the Coyote Canyon area adjacent to the alleged disinformation staging area for the 1980 UFO landing incident. A possible cover story created on behalf of Project Starfire, as well as other possible clandestine military projects in the area. A 2011 memorandum from Kirtland Air Force Base, Albuquerque, New Mexico, still indicated that Coyote Canyon areas are still off limits to Air Force personnel by DJ Babbitt, 377th Air Base Wing Public Affairs. Quote, service members, cyclists, runners, and hikers often take advantage of the sunshine, mild weather, and the vast open spaces on Kirtland Air Force Base. With the proximity of the mountains and openness at Kirtland, it may be easy to forget that you're actually on a military installation. However, some areas are off limits. Tech Sergeant Sean Hardesty, combat arms instructor for the 377th Security Forces Squadron, said, quote, all who work and play on base need to be aware of off-limits areas. Off-limits areas are marked with warning signs along entrances and boundaries, unquote. Unless coordinated through the 377th Security Forces Group Combat Arms Section or the 377th Air Base Wing Ground Safety Office, these following areas are off-limits to all personnel at all times. Off-limit areas include the Combat Arms Facility, including an 850-meter surface danger zone at Building 706, Southgate Road, near the south gate of Kirtland Air Force Base. The Security Forces Special Weapons Range in Frustration Canyon, approximately 2 miles southeast of the Starfire Optical Range in the Coyote Canyon area, including the 6,700-meter surface danger zone around the impact area of Mount Washington, including the Manzano Fire Lookout Tower. Now continuing, people allegedly entering these areas will be held liable for their actions, said Hardesty. Violating off-limits areas for military members will result in charges of failure to obey a lawful order or regulation. The underlying purpose is to protect the safety of all personnel. Hardesty points out, please do not enter any of the surface danger zones on base, even if you think no one else is around. Now here is a photo that I took a few years ago of the northeast end of Manzano Underground Base with 3 tiers of electric fences almost right next to the Four Hills area of Albuquerque. More on the alleged 1980 staged UFO landing incident at Kirtland Air Force Base, Manzano Underground Storage Area, adjacent to the Coyote Canyon. You can read about it at this link. Here's a fake document. MJ12 related Psalm 1-01, most likely originated by Richard C. Doty, then with Kirtland Air Force Base in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here's another one. Part of fake document. MJ12 related Psalm 101, most likely originated by Richard C. Doty, then with Kirtland Air Force Base in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Notice the mention of Kirtland Air Force Base on left top. It's of utmost importance to read the following article provided in this site. Did Richard C. Doty ruin the life of Albuquerque businessman Paul Benowitz? Once again, going back to an interesting photo of the northeast end of Manzano underground base, which was supposedly closed in 1992. It's still there, as far as I can tell. This is Norio Hayakawa in Albuquerque, New Mexico, USA.